We speak to random people on the street. We try to get people to open up in front of the camera and voice their opinions. We give people a platform to express themselves. You're watching. You're on the spot.
Media, and today we're going to be talking about social media. Are we overexposed? Are we not connecting with the people that are in our lives right now, right in front of us? Are we connecting to people from the past? Are we connecting through technology instead of heart to heart?
Is it easier just to email somebody and be like,
Okay. Plain and simple. It is easy because you don't have to deal with the whole fighting, you don't have to deal with the whole situation. But exactly, but at the end of the day, you need to at least give the person respect that you were dating with, the person that you were doing whatever you were. And definitely me is like, I'm not gonna lie, like whenever I broke up with the person that I was dating, I was like, I need to talk to you, and this is not full conversation matter, and this is not a text matter, so you need to come over and we need to talk. Because it's out of respect. Like, if you were the person, come on, you have to be respect to have these doors face to face.
losing personal interaction?
We are so losing person. Like, how many times? Like, it's so, and it's easier. It's just plain, which is understandable. It's easier being rejected or saying whatever you would have to say in a text where you don't have to see somebody's face and reaction than to say, hey, you know, freaking get on my nerves or something, you know, or I hate you, or hey, will you go out with me? Hey, I love you, and then you get rejected. You're like, well, it's just a text, it's not a big deal. Instead of that face to face, where you're like, oh, they just rejected me, and now I have like the walk of shame.
You know what I hate? When people have to tweet or post every little thing that they do.
But I'm not one of those people that log in every day and I've got to share where I am. And
So
what
you
I'm
don't tell
doing.
your host every 10 minutes what you're doing? And
No, I think it's ridiculous.
Okay.
I think, nobody wants to know that you're sitting on the toilet shit. Really.
I think definitely it's kind of gotten a little out of hand, just because I think people have grown accustomed to sharing too much of their lives as far as like daily routine, what they're doing, their emotions. I mean, some of the posts that I've been on my Facebook, I'm like, do you really want everyone that you know and don't even really know that well to know all of these things about you? And I could really deal with, going without it.
Watching, you're on the spot. Exposed. Are we doing too much on Facebook, on Twitter? Are we giving away too much of our lives?
Like, even on questions like, do you check on your ex, things like that. Like, people go out of their way to like do, like,
And they put too much information on there, like,
I'm at the club.
So that's something that you don't do.
333.
no, yeah.
Okay.
Just general
All right.
stuff, like
Yeah.
going out or something.
Yeah, like,
Not where I'm going.
You don't go with. Okay. All
I
right.
can be an
I'm
Ebro
in
on 7th
Starbucks.
Street, like, whatever.
No,
How do you feel about people that do that post every 2 seconds?
I think that's a bit much.
They have nothing better to do in their life.
Right.
They are very bored. They need some help as far as prioritizing. Because there's always something to do in your life.
Right.
If you're logging in every 10 minutes to say something like, I just made a sandwich, I think that's very immature.
The privacy settings change so much on Facebook every day. It just becomes harder and harder to make what you want to see, what you want to be seen by other people that aren't maybe as close with you, compared to the people that are close with you that want to keep up with your life and whatnot. And it's just becoming more difficult. And I think it's more, Facebook wants everything to be very public. And for everybody to share everything, but for really, I think everybody will agree with they only want certain parts of their lives to be broadcasted to their friends.
So there's a quality about writing letters.
What about, is that any different than I broke up right now?
No, it's still the same.
No, it's not.
Skype, they don't just do it on my face.
It's not.
I don't
Because when you write a letter, it's a document directly. You only by the post of somebody's handwriting.
Yeah, you take the time to do it. Makes sense.
Well, it's not that it takes time to do it. Only that person can write that way. Nobody else can write that.
I understand, but I'm sorry, but if you're with me, at least have the decency to break up in my face. Come on.
Okay, what's worse? Someone breaking up with you by email or text? Be honest.
I'm anti-texting, emailing, breakup, and everything. No.
That's what they used to do. You know what? I'll take it because when somebody writes, when you get that letter mail, somebody wrote it with their hand and it says, I love you, you mail. You love it. It's like you smell it. You hug
But
it.
it's a different kind of situation because one thing is telling you I love you, fine, okay. I can text you I love you too, but really, I don't want to be with you. Close the letter, seal the envelope. Are you serious? Have the decency to at least talk to me in the face and tell me the reason why you want to be with me because I want to know if you're really being sincere about the situation. Because that's how you know when someone is being real or not.
Yes.
When you're talking face to face, that's what it is. You're watching, you're on the spot.
I think you got to be smart about things like that. Someone that I talked to said that once you put something on the internet, it's on there forever. So someone can easily, that your Facebook friends can download any picture you put up there, and maybe even you didn't put it up there, someone else put it up there, and it's not a picture that someone happened to catch you in a bad situation at a certain time, and that's on there forever. That could be interfering with the potential job, potential spot somewhere.
Are we trying to create futures with people that we barely know?
It's definitely a good way to meet people, or not necessarily to meet people, but you become friends with somebody in one of your classes or something, and your relationship can thrive actually on Facebook. I think the phone calls, the phone conversations, and calling somebody up are kind of dying down. And a less threatening way is to friend someone on Facebook and let your friendship kind of progress that way, instead of, I feel like a lot of people don't ask for people's numbers anymore. It's more like, oh, friend me on Facebook, and then we'll see what happens.
You're watching, you're on the spot.
We catfish with the lady that created like 14 profiles just to impress somebody else. Catfish?
It sounds familiar.
Never heard of it.
Oh, great movie. This lady, she found herself in a position in her life that she was not satisfied with because she made some decisions which were like very novel, in my opinion, but she was not satisfied with her life, and she created about 14 profiles to keep this other person interested on her. So the person that she did this for actually went all the way to her town to meet her and find out she was not the person she thought it was, so on and so forth. Great movie. Great movie.
Now, there was a time where we did live without it.
We wrote letters and made phone calls, yes.
Could we go back to that?
I don't think we'll ever go back to that.
Ever?
I don't think that'll ever happen. I think Facebook, the new socializing media that we have out there is the new thing. It's what's happening, and it's going to continue, and it's going to get better.
Now, do you feel like we do that because in a sense of like, that's sort of like the hip thing, the young thing to do?
I'm not young. I'll be the first one to admit it, but it's the thing to do because it's a way to communicate to everyone out there that we don't see on a daily basis because of our jobs, our families, and so on and so forth, which is perfect. And I believe that we should continue. Why not?
media is not bad. I think that it comes with your judgment. You know, it's up to you what you want to share. I really believe that it's nothing against anybody. It's nothing, because at the end of the day, you're the one sharing this stuff. If you want to share how you feel, then that's you. Then don't cry and don't fuss about people talking about you and talking about the whole situation that you're going through, because at the end of the day, you're the one choosing what to share. You know, I have a Facebook and I'm there a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I'm there a lot and I have friends. That's how I keep in contact with friends from Miami, from friends from Puerto Rico, my family from Puerto Rico. But I keep it general. It's all superficial. You know, you will never know if I'm mad at somebody. You will never know if I'm pissed at somebody. You will never know if I'm sad or if I'm happy, because I put quotes, I put stuff that I like. That's about it. Yes, I put pictures, I upload pictures, but it's not nothing that I know that is not going to change my image. I use Facebook for networking. You know, I'm trying to model, so I add people from there. But I don't believe that Facebook or the social media is bad.
Are we losing our personal interaction with each other? Are we connected?
I feel like I could live without
I think she's a nurse.
No, but you know what? Because it makes you communicate with people better. If you don't have the texting, you don't have the Facebook, you actually will pick up the phone and call people, and it helps with verbal communication. I think too many people just do not know how to speak.
I don't want to talk to nobody. I could be in a meeting and text somebody. I have a lot of meetings.
So if it's a necessity, but do you think, because what you touched on, do you think a lot of people are losing their social skills?
I do.
I agree with that.
I do.
They're not as personal anymore.
They're not. They're not. And a lot of people are I would call it, you know, like hermits. They're in their shell. They don't speak. They don't talk. They're afraid to communicate. You know.
I feel like you step into it, know what you know, and like it's on the internet. Whatever you put on the internet, anybody can see. So you got to be comfortable with what you're putting on the internet. Like, don't put stupid stuff on the internet if you don't want people to see your stupid stuff.
Right.
It's on the internet. Anybody can see it.
Right.
Yeah.
I also find that if I'm going out with someone and they're doing this the whole time, I'm constantly irritated. Put it away. You know, we're out right now. Unless it's, we've got another group of people coming, or hey, we're here, or we're getting ready to leave, we're gonna go here. You know, out of necessity. But not to be, you know, looking at your Facebook profile or you're sitting at the pharmacy. It's rude.
I think there is a lot of impersonal attached to the way we communicate and socialize nowadays. But Yana, I do agree with what she's saying in regards to where the texting has become the main mode of conversation versus just having a verbal interaction with someone. You're texting more than basically talking to them. It's like you can meet a stranger and get their number, and next thing you know, you're texting, hey, how you doing? Versus picking up the phone, so it makes it easier to kind of gauge the situation and okay, let's see how this is going, let's see how we're interacting. If there's a connection, you're kind of basing it on a false sense of understanding or maybe acceptance in a sense, because you're not understanding, they're not talking to you, just assuming based on their responses. But I think we are losing a lot with that, because we're kind of becoming animated by technology in a sense. We're kind of losing our humanness and our ability to feel each other out a little bit.
Let me ask you a question. Would you use Skype to break up with someone?
Skype the person so you
I was gonna say that. Please Skype me if you're gonna break up with me like that. And we're in a relationship like that.
Oh man, that's cold.
Skype, but listen, it's a fact of he's taking matter of the situation. It's a long-distance relationship. There's nothing you can do. At least Skype me. It's not face to face, but at least I can see your face if you really mean that you're sorry. Because most of them is like, I'm sorry, and they're over here like just chilling with a bunch of girls around them, and they're just
nice, and they don't even care about it.
I love Skyping. That's another way to socialize. Skyping. You see the person face to face. Yes. My boss, my friends, my family, my mom, whoever. Even my mother. She's 67 years old. She Skypes with me. So, and we live an hour away from each other. So, you know, wonderful. Stay tuned till you're on the spot.
Thank you for watching another episode of You're on the Spot. Listen, don't forget, subscribe. We're out here. Later.